All right, everyone, welcome back to Sigil Session 8. Everyone has rested after a wonderful wrestling match and a dearly departed Bubba who exploded upon steroid use, I guess. That would be the thing. Uh, his brother Joey is off getting a tattoo in the middle of the night with Belgeron. Everyone's pretty rested up. They found out that the underneath of the village is just a big old cavern with some red crystals in it. And it looks like the Misery Sisters are walking around in there. So, with everyone knowing that stuff, this is the morning right now. So, what are you doing?
What?
Who would wake up first besides Belgeron? Because Belgeron and Joey are getting a tattoo right now. And it's a long, full back tattoo of Bubba.
um, I would say maybe Aidwin's an early to rise
Mm-hmm.
kind of person, working retail.
What time would you say you would be getting up in the morning?
Uh, I mean, are we affected by any fantasy jet lag since we're in a different um a different plane? How's the time difference in Feywild?
You know what? Roll me a d6.
Oh jeez, I should just answer things instead of.
You only have lost an hour of sleep more than usual.
Yeah, okay.
You
Uh,
specifically.
I would say Aiden would be waking up at like 7.
So right now you'd be waking up at 6 in the Feywild. Just woke up a
Oh,
little bit earlier.
so I'm like,
You're
oh,
the first person to notice that something's wrong.
oh no.
Something in the air does not feel right. There's an unease in the air. It's very uncomfortable, and I assume you are by yourself in a lodging.
Yeah, I don't think it's if it's just a separate hotel room, then yes, I'd probably be by myself.
Yeah, you wouldn't look out the window or anything. You feel this
I,
unease, and it's early in the morning.
yeah, so I will peek past a curtain and to look outside.
You look outside in the middle of this little village, and that hole is right there. It's not covered up
Oh,
anymore.
heck.
That
I
sinkhole is wide open.
would I know where anyone else are.
Would you? Would Adwin be the type to know where everyone would stay?
Um, you know what? Yes, I think he would. Before anyone goes to sleep, he's just like he would do a quick mental inventory of who's I know you know Belgeron and with the tattoo stuff. I would know that, but I think I would do a quick all right, they're staying there, they're staying there, etc.
Okay, who would you go and get first to help out or wake up?
Um, well, one I would spin around. I would grab my armor. I am putting it on as I run downstairs. And I mean, it would depends on who I know who literally would be the closest, who I would know would be the closest.
You would know Og would be the closest. Oliver would certainly be around too. You
Uh,
Oliver will probably be around right here. You can kind of see him already. So I'm just gonna say he pops out early in the morning too. You have Scruggs with you. Og would be towards the east. Oliver's woken up. He feels uneasiness with you. Um, Joey and Belgeron would be towards the west at the tattoo shop, and Mr. Sleeves and Sabrina would be kind of like down south.
Okay, so I've run over to Oliver and to either like wake him up or make sure I know that he's up. To
Oh,
kind
he's
of be
like
like,
right there with you.
okay, so he's just like, oh, we like we make eye contact when you're like, oh, well, we know what's up.
Yeah, and you can see the hole like right there, popped open.
Wow. Okay. Um. So I will be making my way towards the hole
Mm-hmm.
to get a sense to see if I can look into it safely from a safe distance.
Right now, your best bet is to stay up on that kind of like dock or walkway almost, because jumping down that hole right now is just like it's draining any type of like swamp, mud, and water down into it. So it's almost
Okay.
become like quicksand. That makes sense. Very quicksand, fast
Gotcha.
sand.
Mistake. All right.
That's
So like out of my shoulder, like on my armor, I'm gonna use like magical tinkering to create a an audio effect of an air horn, just kind of like an alarm to just either wake up anybody who's in the immediate area,
Mm-hmm.
to get their attention to be like, what the fuck, like yeah, like an air horn, like a burn.
Roll d4 for me.
Ooh, two.
Two people in your party heard that.
Is it me?
Is it you? You be the type that be up early in the morning.
Honestly, I think so because you got to take care of Mr. Sleeves.
Mr. Sleeves is a late nighter. He'd be waking up at like 1 p.m., noon. But if you
I'll
want to
definitely
go
say
ahead and wake
I'll
up,
definitely say I think I heard that. I'm a pretty light sleeper,
all right.
and
So,
so I wake up to a horn blasting. Obviously, a little bit dazed and confused.
mm-hmm.
Where am I in relation to this again? South of it?
You're towards the east of this little village right now.
Got it. Well,
If
thankfully
you
I'm a
step out, I will reveal you. If you want.
yeah, I mean I don't really have much to do in the morning, light sleeper, don't have much on me, so I get up and immediately start scrambling.
Yeah, you're right there close to Adwin, Scruggs, and Oliver.
Oh, even closer to the hole. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem like this hole is it like growing in size? You said it's like kind of quicksandy,
It
or is it just
looks
like
like
a
it's a
static hole?
Yeah, it looks like it's a consistent size. The like movement of the water and like muck may make it appear bigger than what it is, but you do notice like those red crystals give off some light, and there was a bunch of them down there, and you don't see any of that light right now.
Hmm.
Heck.
I guess I see that Adwin and Oliver are right there, and I start looking around trying to find either Sabrina or Belgeron. So just kind of like glancing around, trying to spy them out, and
Uh,
yelling while I do so.
when you're doing that, you notice that there's not a lot of sounds in this swamp. And you know swamps can get pretty loud, and none of the other residents of this town are up.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all the loud noises that you guys have been making, they are not getting up, and Bogart is not around at all.
Got it.
Everything
So
is
it's like uneasily quiet.
Yeah, it's unnatural
Got it.
how
Got
quiet this should be.
it. Mm-hmm.
And while you're yelling, you see Sabrina and Mr. Sleeves.
And then they're up or
Yeah, they're
moving
up.
around?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. I guess I, call out to Aidwin, like say like, you know, like what's going on? Do you know what this is? Have you tried inspecting or like, have you gotten any closer yet?
Um, I would say that having seen that it's not like a sinking hole per se, I would get closer to it, see if I could get a look into the center.
Give me perception check and investigation. I want both of them.
Perception and investigation. Better at investigating.
So your investigation leads you to believe that this hole is not going to be clogged up anytime soon, and it will just keep on draining the water around it. And you know from before that the wrestling match had to be set up on a special stage, keep it floating in the swamp. So right now the water is getting a little bit more drained, and you can see a little bit more of the actual like bottom of the swamp.
So the swamp is draining.
Mm-hmm. And you could only guess right down into that cavern.
Well, heck. I mean, I would try to, run around to see if there's anyone around to, if there's people hanging about, I don't want anyone to like sink into the hole. If
Mm-hmm.
you start an evacuation.
You want to go around and look for people?
Yeah. I'll do a, like, just to do a lap to get a sense of just like who's up, who's around. Hey, everybody, there's a hole. Evacuate. Where the closest fire exits.
You doing that? You see people still in their like little hammocks made like straw beds and stuff, and they're knocked out unconscious.
Oh, heck. And my air horn does nothing.
Nope. It sure does not.
Well, that's a problem.
Give me a medicine check, if you will.
Yeah.
You're gonna see this anyways. These bullywugs have a red rash on them.
A red rash.
All of them have this reddish looking rash. Some of them have these big red bumps all over their bodies.
What the heck? Is there any sign of was the leader of the swamp? What's her name again?
Bogart is
Bogart.
nowhere to be found. Gone.
Can I pick up something near me and try to throw it in?
You sure can.
I'm gonna just look around, see what the biggest object that looks like I can pick up and throw in there is around me.
Yeah, you can just take like if you want to, you can take like a wooden plank off and just chuck it
Sounds
down
good.
in there.
Yeah, I spy a wooden plank that looks like it could very easily be just picked up and thrown in, and I throw that sucker in.
Make a ranged attack.
A ranged attack?
Yep.
Okay.
Any type of ranged attack you might have, just go ahead and use it. If it's a cantrip or anything like that, we're just not
Yeah, I can
gonna.
use like something like this, you're saying?
Yeah, we'll say you just use your thorn whip to grab hold of the plank and throw it in there.
Okay, sounds good.
Um, You hit something invisible.
Like the plane hits something in the air, or like it goes in and
The
it hits something.
It's right when the point, or in the middle of the hole, hits something invisible. Right before the drain starts.
Like almost like a hidden, like a wall or something like that. It just kind of
Yep.
stops. Like obviously the blink gets hit something. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I shout out to everyone, telling them that there's something there. It's obviously some supernatural hole. And yeah, ask if anyone else saw that, or that's weird.
I saw it.
There you go.
So Adrian like runs forward, like seeing that there might be something invisible, and he lets out some. It's like a, I don't know. It's like a dust that comes out, that like coats the middle of the hole. I'm gonna cast a fairy fire. And where the hell? How do I put it in the chat? So anything, each object in a 20-foot cube within this range is outlined in a light, but any creature in the area is also outlined in light if it fails a deck save. So anything that fails a deck save will be able to be seen.
Before you do that, I'm gonna say that happens. Belgeron and Joey are making their way back from the tattoo right now. The back piece of Bubba looks immaculate. Like, it might be the best tattoo anyone's seen. And you see, they're gonna be appearing right, not right there, right, not right there either. Just covering up everything. They're gonna appear in the west, right here. Go ahead and get this all. And then they also see the hole. So that little devilish looking thing right next to you, Belgeron, is Joey. Just want to make that clear.
Joey with the rock hard abs.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently beautiful tattoo.
Beautiful back tattoo, rock hard abs. Severely depressed and
I'm
mourning.
kind of jealous.
Everyone sees the hole now, and when Adwin does that, something happens. You all see this. Something looks like it blinks in the hole. Brian, I want you to give me one more perception check.
Oof. It's not too bad.
You're gonna see this anyways. So big old eye staring from the hole. And in fact, the eye is bigger than what the hole was.
I look up at everyone and I'm like, we have to go. We have to leave.
You say that,
Are we just
and the eye looks around, and it splits down in the middle, opening itself up, and you just see red mist emanate from this eye.
uh-oh.
Red mist is all over. Everyone, I want you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
No. Ugh.
Good.
Oh,
I got
let's
an
roll it twice.
18.
What did you get, Belgeron?
23.
I mean, it wouldn't affect you. You guys all rolled well enough to where this miss won't affect you for right now. But if you're in it long enough, it will start to not feel great.
We can perceive the mist, right?
You're not feeling so. Adwin and give me survival and nature checks, both of you.
It won't affect me, right?
Yeah, you're fine. You're totally.
Got a 1 on survival, 10 on nature.
20 survival, 4 nature.
You know that from encountering these red crystals before, that you felt a sickness when it like infected you and contaminated you.
Mm-hmm.
And the same goes for Adwin. You both know this, but you do not feel this yet.
Got it. But okay, so I recognize it is the red crystal,
Mm-hmm.
remnant.
That smell is there. It almost
Got
smells
it.
like brimstone to you.
I'm gonna definitely be yelling out and telling everyone that this dust that just emanated is 100% something to do with these red crystals. And while I'm doing this, I'm also gonna yell at Joey to be to be very careful here because I know that he's been just going ham on those red crystals recently.
In fact, let me roll a Constitution saving throw for Joey at disadvantage because he's got a fresh back to full area. So let's see what's happening with Joey.
Is that what, contamination level 3 last time?
Uh-huh. So he's at the point of no return to where this cannot cure him. he he fails.
Really?
So does that
Uh,
mean
Warning us for
Joey
nothing.
dead?
Belgeron, you see Joey get on his knees and he is crying and screaming in pain. You see this back tattoo start to become 3D and starts ripping away from Joey's skin. And it almost looks like another Bubba is forming out of Joey. But it is severely hurting Joey in the process. If it continues, it could mortally wound him too. Because it's basically like pulling the whole skin off of somebody's back and exposing
Oh
it.
my god.
We should probably get out of here.
While this is going on, can I try to cast Mold Earth onto the hole where the eye is?
So the eye is split open now.
Ah, gotcha.
That eye is split open and it's spinning that red mist. And in fact, when that stuff is happening with Joey, you see stuff start to come out of the eye. And not mist. You see creatures. And you see this long, multi-legged, multi-tailed, almost Black Panther looking creature pop out of it. And these things that look like evil looking huge sugar gliders fly out as well. And I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you're saying that we have to kill this fast so that way we can get out.
Wow, I didn't roll
Possibly.
crap on my initiative.
Me too. I got 19.
Wow.
And this is what it looks like now. because that eye is like fully gone.
Now, when you say they look like sugar gliders, are they as cute as sugar gliders? Or are they just kind of weird?
You can be the judge of that.
I mean, depends if they're cute or not. This is very important.
Let's put down. Okay, you got 16. Just trying to get this. Done.
Can you, just out of curiosity, can you see my initiative? Because it's giving me an error message. It says no valid token was selected.
I sure can see your initiative.
Okay.
It's 15, right?
Yeah, just making sure you can see it still.
Yeah. You down. I might as well pop these things in here for everybody. You.
Yeah, sugar gliders. My sister used to have 2 sugar gliders a very long time ago. They are very cute.
Where do you get a shirt? Can you get them from like PetSmart?
Um,
No.
Where do you get them from?
you know,
Find a breeder.
yeah, you have to. They're not like common.
My buddy
I
has
don't
a
even
couple
know.
right now.
I don't even know if they're legal everywhere. I forget.
No, they're not.
But they're very cute. They're nocturnal. They sleep in like pouches.
How cute.
And yeah, they like jump at you and they can like fly a little bit. It's okay.
You see that big old Bubba pop right out of Joey's back.
Oh God.
An even bigger Bubba. Wow.
And
What
you see
happens to Joey?
Joey is knocked down and he is gonna do some death saving throws.
Okay. As long as he just like doesn't, just explode when Bubba pops out. I'm just like, oh, that was fast.
When did
Later.
Oliver move down there? Wasn't he up there with Aidwin?
Yeah, it's just a mistake. So we're gonna fix
Oh,
that.
okay. Also, are these sugar glider things as big as they're being portrayed on the screen? I thought they
Sure
were
are.
small. Oh, they're massive.
Yeah,
Damn.
if they are, I guess you would consider these large creatures.
These are called cloakers.
Not nearly as cute.
We could still
Not
capture one for a pet. Or a potential ride in the future.
in the Black Panther thing looking right near you and Scruggs is a displacer beast.
Oh, fuck. I mean, heck.
They're bad boys. So let me get everyone's turn order in. Done. All right, Mr. Sleeve's got 12. What'd you get? What did Belgeron get?
11.
Aidwin got a 16. I got a 15. Oliver got a 18. Doing pretty well. Joey got a 2. What did you get, Sabrina?
I got a 19. Wait. I can't remember. It was 19.
The displacer beast got a that. Bad boys got this.
Oh no, that thing's gonna go right for Mr. Sleeves, isn't it?
We'll see.
Question: since I did that fairy fire in that area, does the fairy fire pertain? Like, how fast did this all happen? Like, did I do the fairy fire and then these things popped out and are affected by the fairy fire, or was it like I did the fairy fire?
You did the fairy fire and it affected the eye.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the reaction to that is what's happening now.
Okay.
I would strongly advise you to stay out of anywhere that looks red.
Jesus,
The whole
And
map
fire.
looks red right now.
Just run away.
I would also strongly advise to stay away the hell from Big Bubba. Because he gets to go first.
What?
Big Bubba's going first.
I don't
And
know how I like that.
he looks at... Just gonna change these a bit. He looks at Belgeron. He's gonna march his way right on over. And he's going to stick out his fat tongue and then whip it at you. Does a 18 hit you?
I have 18, so no.
Ooh, if you have 18, then it does hit you. If it just
Okay.
hits it. So we're gonna damage on it. You take 15 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
8.
Let me ask, do you have any immunities? Are you immune to anything or resistant to anything? Like, say, poison, something like that?
Where do I check that?
Go to your racial features, like in features and traits. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you have a resistance to poison damage, and you have saving throws against it. So roll one more time, and tell me.
On Constitution?
Yep.
21.
Okay. You are not poisoned, but you are now grabbed by Big Bubba's fat tongue,
Ew.
and he's laughing. That's the end of Bubba's turn. So, Sabrina, what'd you like to do?
Well, so there's those things in the. Are they like flying? Like
They
the ones that
are.
are floating?
Those things are called cloakers, and they are
Cloakers.
flying in the air.
Okay, so I would need to like use my spear on them to hit them.
Do you have a spear? I thought you only had your long sword and your big old hammer.
I remember seeing it. Actions. Oh, I don't have this. I have a javelin.
Throw your javelin then, see what happens.
Okay. I roll an 11.
That goes right over its head, surprisingly. You put a little bit too much on it.
Sad.
Would you like to move anywhere? You got any bonus actions you want to do?
Am I able to move Mr. Sleeves? Like just pick him up and put him behind me?
I will let you move in front of him.
That doesn't seem very smart. But okay. I will move right in front of Mr. Sleeves, but like out of the way of the dust because, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's the end of your turn, and now it's Oliver's. And Oliver is just he has no idea what's going on here. And this is all new to him. He has heard stories about Displacer Beast, but this is all, he's totally bewildered. And he will look to Aedwin and say, "You're standing right in the mist. You should probably get out of it." I'm gonna try to distract this like big thing while you try to hit it from the other side to try to do more damage to it.
Oh, okay.
And Oliver will... Oliver will cast Mage Armor on himself. And he will begin to move while calling out its attention. And he will move right into the mist. Sort of right on the edge of it. And try to get its attention to turn away. And right now, it is focused on Oliver. And you can tell that by that. Do you see it look down at Oliver and away from you and Scruggs?
Wow.
Speaking of which, it is your turn now, Adwin.
Okay. Oliver's kind of not getting in my way, but I had a plan. But well, so let's so basically this little area here is bad, I guess.
Yep.
With the red stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anything that kind of red is bad.
Yes.
Do. How's Oliver's dexterity?
Ask him.
Hey Oliver, how's your? Well, I don't know how you would ask.
How
someone's
spry are
dexterity.
you?
How spry are you?
Good enough to where I stole this magic book, so
You're like a +3 kind of spry.
I'm a 5-star kind of spry.
That's all right. Adwin's gonna cast. Adwin's gonna cast Fairy Fire again.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot radius, and I want to try to get everybody. And I think definitely hit.
Where do you want it centered at? Show where the arrow, the center of the circle from that arrow.
I think I want it here because it. Okay, I could probably hit everyone except for Bubba.
From right there?
From right there, yeah. And it's a where's my dex? It's a 15 dex save.
I want to see where it's gonna hit. Yeah, we'll just say it catches those 3. 15 on a dex save. Okay. See how this goes. These are not the most dexterous boys. Except for that one. That one passed. The one at the south passed. The one towards Sabrina and Mr. Sleeves passed. And let's see what this Displacer Beast does. Displacer Beast fails, so what happens to it?
It is enveloped in light for a minute under concentration, and as long as it's seen, it has we have advantage on it on attacks basically. And it cannot be affected by being invisible.
With you casting Fairy Fire and it there's light all around. Those cloakers look like they hate the light, and they have their eyes closed right now. And they're kind of like squealing and wrenching in the air, flying around, trying to like look away from the light.
Heck. Okay.
Oliver succeeds, so he's fine. He just uses his scarf to cover his eyes a bit.
Good. I imagine Edwin like he like throws a grenade that like it does like a poof of. It almost looks like high tech glitter.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where like anything it falls on, it kind of just like sticks to and it illuminates some light. So that's on our little panther dude. I also want to move to oh jeez, everywhere is bad. I'm gonna move like here.
Okay, you do that.
Don't.
Are you gonna take Scruggs with you? Because Scruggs goes right after you.
Heck yeah. Scruggs. I can't do Scruggs.
What would you like Scruggs to do?
I mean, he can only bite. He can teleport and he can bite. So I don't know. I don't know if I want him biting. I think he's fine right behind me. In case I need him. Just chill
Give
out,
me
Scruggs.
medicine check real quick.
Oh jeez. 5.
You think that Scruggs might be able to help Joey just a little bit.
Yeah. Should he try biting him?
It looks like he might be a good moral support dog for Joey in this moment of weakness.
Does Scruggs have enough movement to get over to Joey?
Scruggs has a teleport.
Oh yeah, so I want to teleport him or have him teleport like right behind Joey.
Scruggs teleports right behind Joey, and like when a dog knows like you're sick and just wants to cuddle up, he's cuddling up right next to Joey right now, and kind of sad whimpering.
And it's adorable.
And Bubba's sitting there with Buzzron and his tongue wrapped up, laughing.
That's great.
Og, it is now on to you.
Okay. Wow, right as you said that, my computer looks like it's crashing. Can you also hear me right now?
Yep.
Okay. Well, what I was gonna do, I can't see my screen anymore, but was cast my symbiotic entity.
Mm-hmm.
And so, meaning obviously that the regular gain 20 health points, and then also my Halo Spores does double damage now.
Okay.
And that's my action, unfortunately, so I can't do anything else. I was going to move. I can't see my screen. I'm going to try to fix that. I was going to move because I saw Adwin had moved closer to Belgeron, so I was going to move closer to Sabrina, kind of near that team over there. Sabrina.
I'll move. Yeah, I'll move for you, and I'll move you right near them.
Gotcha. And yeah, just try to not move me. Move me if you can, kind of behind, Sabrina, because she's, the tanky paladin, and I can't.
Sure, no problem. Done. And well, that'll be it for your turn and let you solve your stuff. It is now the big boy's turn, which is the displacer beast. And this thing is not doing well. Emotionally and mentally. So what was the deal with Fairy Fire again? Does it have disadvantage on attacks, or do we have advantage on attacks against it?
I believe it's any attack roll against the affected creature has advantage if the attacker can see it. And the affected creature can't benefit from being invisible. So yeah, so it's just us attacking it.
Okay, so it will.
It's like
It's
an
going-
aimbot, basically.
You see its tails look like sharp. They look like tentacles up close. And the tip of these tentacles have kind of like leech teeth on them. To where if you get sucked in and you try to like back out of it, it's going to rip you to shreds. And it's going to try to attack Oliver with that.
No.
He's going to crit on Oliver.
Heck.
So that means Oliver takes this gnarly looking tentacle with teeth on it right to the stomach. And Oliver takes 19 points of damage. And Oliver's, you just see a pool of blood start to form on Oliver's like shirt. And he is not looking great. So that's going to be the end of the Displacer Beast turn. And Mr. Sleeves is right up to bat. Mr. Sleeves sees what just happens. And he's going to do one of the only things he knows how to do well. And he's going to cast a first level Bard's accompaniment. So a band of these spectral bullywugs form around this Displacer Beast and are distracting it at the moment. So he sees Oliver has just been hit really badly. He's going to cast that, and as a bonus action, he's going to give Bardic Inspiration to Sabrina.
Ooh, I had a really crazy idea though for my turn.
That Bardic Inspiration will give you 1d8 to whatever roll you're going to do. So
Ooh.
it's going to help you out just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to back away slightly more. And it's now Belzeron's turn. So give me a strength saving throw.
27.
You are out of this, like you judo chop this tongue off of you. And what would you like to do?
I want to try to slash open Bubba's stomach with my arm blade.
Go for it.
Eight.
That is not gonna hit. It just gets, instead of it slashing through, it gets stuck into one of its fat rolls. And Bubba just laughs. Do you have a bonus action you would like to use? Because I'm pretty sure you could do an action surge if you wanted to try to make another attack.
Yeah, do an action surge and shoot him with my revolver.
Okay.
17.
That for sure hits. Give me the damage.
9.
9. Okay. You try to slice open Bubba, and he's learned some new tricks, and he's used that momentum against you, and he's stuck that blade in his fat roll. He's laughing at you, and I guess you just shoot him right in the face to shut him up a bit. And with that, that's the end of your turn. And now it's both of these cloakers' turns. They are basically stunned right now, but what's going to happen is they're going to attack Sabrina and Og, both of them, but they have disadvantage on their attacks. So this cloaker comes here, this cloaker goes here, and we're going to see if they can actually hit you. One hits Sabrina for 11 damage. So this thing bites into your armor and pierces through it a bit and hits you with 11 damage. And the other one is going to open up. It looks like it has these like holes in its back, like almost like these blowholes, but there's like 6 or 8 of them. And it's gonna let out this loud whistling noise, almost like a loud whistling moan. And I need Og and Sabrina to give me a wisdom saving throw. Og, you are now frightened of these things.
Okay.
Sabrina, this loud whistling moan does not scare you, and it almost sounds disgusting. And you feel like Og is just a tad bit sensitive for being frightened of this thing. And that's the end of both of their turns. Joey's gonna do a death save. So prayers up for Joey. Yeah, Joey's gonna succeed, so he's got 1 success. That's all he can really do, and it's Big Bubba's turn. And Bubba...
wait, I forgot to say, for some reason I was confusing myself with Mr. Sleeves on the thing, but whenever they get that close to us, they both take whatever my Halo Spores damage does, times 2.
roll that then.
Yeah. So
Okay, so 2. Okay.
It's something.
It's almost when you get scared of this thing,
Yeah.
you just like accidentally shoot off some spores from your body. It just flings and hurts them.
And I'm sweating off mushrooms, basically. Many spores into the air. Out of fear.
Yeah, like a nervous sweat almost.
Yep.
Bubba now is going to look at Aedwin and look at Belgeron. And I need both of you give me a wisdom saving throw.
Heck. Wisdom saving throw.
22.
3.
Belgeron, you're fine. I need... Adwin, you take 10 psychic damage. And Big Bubba gains 10 temporary hit points.
Ew.
So Mark, you're down. That's all Bubba can do right now, and Sabrina, it's now back up to you. These things are now within like range. The one that bit you to the right of you is now within range to hit. So slightly flying above you. And I think it might be also... It would be in the range of Og as well when it gets to you. So what would Sabrina like to do?
I just realized I was muted.
Oops.
Okay,
Nice.
I need to say my thing again. So I had the crazy idea right after the last turn to like line up and throw javelins through them to hit both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I can do that now. But is it possible for me to hit both in the same turn?
Unless you somehow kill one of them in the same turn, and it goes through the other one because it's so close enough. But that's not the case at the moment.
Yeah.
Like they would have to be right next to each other, and then you would have to kill one of them to get to the other.
I don't know. Am I able to like grab one of them and try to like pull it towards the other one?
That would be an action if you want to do that.
Okay, so that would be my action. So no actual attack then?
Right.
Okay. Well, I wanted to attack because I had a plus on my rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to longsword.
Uh-huh. And the one that's closest to you, yeah. Oh, you're gonna hit it. Yeah, you hit it.
Oh, I didn't roll.
Who rolled then?
Oh, sorry, that was me. I was trying to do so I wish there was a way I could just roll it to straight to DM. I rolled a concentration save because I took damage, but I got over a 10, so I keep concentration on.
Okay, good.
That forever.
Okay,
All right,
I'm
roll
gonna
it
roll
up.
again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try hitting it with a longsword.
Okay.
I got a
Yeah,
20.
you for sure hit roll damage. Also, if you want to do a smite, do bonus action for your smite, whatever it is.
I'll do smite too.
Okay.
Am I just allowed to apply that retroactively?
Yeah, I'll just let you do that.
I only got 2 extra fire damage, but it'll be on fire now, right?
How much damage did you get regularly on that attack?
Well, I have to roll the damage first, so I should probably do that.
Yep.
I got 11 damage.
So...
It's just 13 damage?
13 in total. The one to the right of you is the one that you hit.
Okay, yeah.
This thing is now on fire. And it looks like what it did before, when the fairy fire hit it, and it's closing its eyes and it's squealing around in the air.
So it's like distracted.
It looks like it might be blinded and weak to the light.
Makes sense.
I believe that's all you can do unless you want to move some.
Um, it has the cloaker moved at all? Or should I like move closer to it?
If you want to.
Okay, I'm probably gonna just move this here.
Okay.
2 feet.
5 feet, but same thing.
Yes.
That's the end of your turn, and Oliver is not doing good at all. This guy
Oh, no.
is bleeding really badly, and that tentacle is like attached to his stomach. So he's just gonna pull out his rapier, and he's going to for sure hit, and he's going to deal 13 points of damage to this beast by stabbing it in its tentacle. But he's still attached to it. And that's all he can really do. So, Adwin, it's your turn now.
Okay, so Adrian powers up his suit and give myself 5 temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Which I should have did earlier, but that's fine. I'm gonna move over to her mean cat. I'm gonna punch him. A thunder gauntlet.
Would you punch him in the tentacle that's grabbing Oliver, or just punch his body?
Would there be a difference as far as the effect of the thunder gauntlets to him? Or
Yes.
I'm gonna punch the body.
Okay.
And
That 17
actually,
will hit.
That's it. 12. But it also does. 1 second. Okay, yeah, no extra damage on that, but it has Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, I have advantage on attacks on it, but I don't think it does. Like, well, I'm gonna swing again just in case it's a 20. No, okay, all right. So basically, he has a disadvantage on any attacks that aren't towards me until the start of his next turn.
Don't those Thunder Gauntlets also push someone back 10 feet? Or is that something else?
That's a different move. That's a Thunder Wave. These just do the punch and the imposing disadvantage.
Okay.
I am going to use the rest of my movement to go over to Bubba here.
Yeah.
And hit him with my second attack. And
Okay.
punch him.
For sure hits.
Thunder damage, zap.
It does 1 point of damage to him.
1 point of damage?
Because he had 10 temporary hit points.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was like like a elemental resistance or something.
You punch Bubba right in the gut, and he says, "Is that all you got?"
Mm-hmm. And I kind of like smirk, and because he also has disadvantage on any attacks that aren't towards me. So I guess that was my intention.
Well, you certainly got his attention now.
And I used all my movement, and I used my bonus action, so I got none. That's it. That's my turn.
I assume you want Scruggs to stay by and keep helping Joey in whatever way he
Yes.
can.
Please, Krugs.
All I get is back up to you.
Got it. God, just for fun, because I've never actually cast this before, and I'm looking around, and I see we're technically still in the swamp, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm going to cast animal summon beast,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't think that actually really shows anything here. Oh yeah, there it goes. So it gets, I guess, I was gonna cast so I have a choice between like a water, a land, or a sky-based animal.
Mm-hmm.
So looking around and I see that obviously there's 2 things flying in the sky and 1 thing on land. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast actually for like a water animal to kind of just like elude everything. So I think I had to choose. I want it to be a crocodile or like an alligator, I guess. And yeah, it has all of those attributes. So I guess 25 HP, 13 AC, 22 Strength, 11 Dex, 19 Con, 1 Intelligence. I'm writing these down, sorry. And then
Okay, yeah, no problem.
2 Charisma. Okay. And so basically it just acts as like another animal to control at the end of my turn.
This thing is going to... Yeah, so it's going to go right after you, so let me just jot that down.
Yes. And so it has
Okay.
advantage if it also attacks from near one of us.
Okay, and it's just gonna... what does it look like when you summon this swampy crocodile?
I would say, like, what do you mean? I mean, it just looks like a regular alligator, I would say. It just kind of like, you just see like, a couple eyes start peering outside of the, coming out from under the water, and kind of that classic alligator kind of like log looking thing rising to the top.
It looks like it has some seaweed or like just debris on it, and some lily pads, and it almost looks like it has hair.
A hairy crocodile. All right.
What do you name this beast?
Ah, man, I'm gonna call him Casey the crocodile. I don't know.
Casey.
Casey the crocodile.
All right.
Yeah, and that's actually my turn, so I can't do anything else besides the summon beast. But this thing will go, I guess, after me.
Yes.
And so, well, I guess I'm gonna, yeah, I'll cast that, and then so it goes after me, and then it will look and see the what are these things called again?
Cloakers.
The cloaker on the right, the one that is on fire currently.
Mm-hmm.
And it will go ahead and cast Maul on that. It only gets 1 attack since it's only level 2, but so it does 11 damage. If I don't actually, well, I guess it doesn't need a hit. Let's see.
We're gonna say this hits. Oh wait, spell attack, spells level.
Oh yeah, I cast on my spell level. So you have to.
That's yeah, that's gonna hit, and then it's gonna be. We're gonna say that's 11 damage.
All right.
What else is special about the maul attack? Is that it? There's nothing extra with it.
That's all it does.
I'm gonna say that crocodile just jumps up out of the water, like how some of them do, and just grabs its tail and bites it.
Gotcha. Does the little death roll thing that crocs do.
Mm-hmm. It does that
Or
while
tries
in the
to.
air.
Mm-hmm.
You just see a spinning crocodile in the air.
Just flies out up into the air and attacks this thing.
And the cloaker is just looking down at it like, what the hell? I'm on fire and this shit's happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of both of your turns if you don't want to move or anything like that.
If I move away from this cloaker, it gets an attack on me, right?
Sure does.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and stick right here.
Okay. That is the Displacer Beast's turn, and it's going to rip this tentacle out of Oliver, and it's going to do 5 points of damage just from that alone. And it's going to look over to Aidwin and charge right at him.
Rawr.
It's gonna look like that. And it's going to whip. You know what? No, it's not. Yeah, no. We're gonna do that. What's your AC right now, Aidwin?
My AC is 19.
It's gonna
He has disadvantage on me.
disadvantage.
Because I'm still concentrating on the Fairy Fire spell.
He's still gonna hit you.
Heck.
One time. He only hits you once for 9 damage. Now roll that Constitution saving.
Damage, concentration. Oops.
You hold on.
10. Just made it.
That's all the Displacer Beast can do, and Mr. Sleeves, Mr. Sleeves looks around. What would Mr. Sleeves do right now? How far is that from Mr. Sleeves? Oop. He's going to cast Healing Word on Oliver. He's in range at a 3rd level. Because he looks like he really needs it. Let's see how much he gets. Oliver gets 18 points health back. He's like, "Come on, champ, you can do this." And then Oliver, you just see Oliver's like stomach start to like bleed less and less. And Mr. Sleeves is just gonna hide behind all these big bodies around him. And now it's Belgeron's turn with Big Bubba standing right over you.
I'm gonna try to double tap this dude in the head.
Okay.
It's a 23.
Hits.
Whoa. 11 for the hit.
That one does not hit. But you do 12 points of damage to Big Bubba. And you shoot him. Where do you want to shoot him in the face at?
Right in the eye.
You see him now have one of his eyes shut. And is that all you can do?
Yeah.
If that's it, then the cloakers are going to try to attack all 3 of you around there. And they all have disadvantage on their attacks. So let's see how this goes.
As they do that, because they stay in the thing, they again take however much damage that is, times 2. So 8 damage.
Just gonna go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be every single time they start their turn near me, it's gonna take damage.
The one on fire also takes 4 extra damage while it's on fire. Let's see how well they will hit or not hit you now. Okay, so Sabrina takes 5 points of slashing damage from the tail. And Og, you take 8 points of slashing damage from a tail.
Did you update my HP bar?
I am now. Yep.
Huh.
That's all the cloakers can do. They're still somewhat blinded by the light. Joey is going to do another death save, and he is, with the help of Scruggs, he succeeds. So he's up to 2 successes right now. Big old Bubba is going to look at these 2 puny things next to him, and he's going to look down at Aedwin and try to bite him.
Ooh.
Going. Aedwin, you take 13 points of piercing damage from this bite, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
It was a it was an attack.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He's got disadvantage. That's right.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have Fairy Fire. He has disadvantage if he attacks anyone else.
From the Thunder Gauntlets?
From the Thunder Gauntlets, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So as long as he's attacking me, it's fine. It's fine.
So I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws right now. One for your Fairy Fire and the other one for what's about to happen to you. And you tell me which one you want in the order.
Constitution.
Okay, so
They're both.
they're both good. So you are now poisoned.
I'm gonna use my saving face, which is if I miss or fail an ability check or saving throw, I gain a bonus equal to the number of allies I can see, up to max 5.
We're just gonna remove that max. We're gonna say it's +7 now. So pick which one you want to have the +7 to.
The one that would poison me.
You pass this by 1. And that Fairy
Okay.
Fire is now gone.
Very first game.
You are now poisoned.
I take 13 damage, is that?
Yes.
Feels like too much.
I'm trying to... And then roll a d4.
One.
You take 1 poison damage. This turn.
Ouchies.
Bubba now is going to leap up high in the air.
Ribbit.
He's going to jump 30 feet up in the air. And he's up in the air right now. Standing above Belzeron and Aedwin. He's standing in the air. You get what I'm saying. Now it is Sabrina's turn.
Okay. What if I attack the other one?
You have a crocodile and a fearbolt in your way.
Can't I just walk around?
You can, but you would take a opportunity attack from the one that's on fire right now.
I see. I was thinking it's gonna die anyway, so you might as well leave it alone. But
Will it? How long will it take to die?
that's a good question. Well, I guess I'll use my maul on it this time.
Okay.
So let's roll to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 19.
That's for sure gonna hit.
And we got 7 damage.
It's gonna take an extra 3, so a total of 10. It's gonna take an extra 3 from the fire.
Neat. So what HP is it looking at? Like,
It's looking like, if you could see it, there's some blood there. It looks like there's a bunch of burnt blood on its body right now. Out of
Looks like it's
everything
gonna die
around
soon.
here, it looks the worst, but it does not look like it will die soon.
Dang.
I mean,
That's a pretty resilient creature.
relatively dying soon. I mean, it's all relative, but in the next couple of seconds, probably not. So if that's it for you, we're gonna go to Oliver, who looks way better now, and he's going to go behind this displacer beast, and he's gonna use he's going to use his cunning action as a bonus action and hide from sight from this displacer beast, which he does. And then he's going to stick this rapier right in the like side kidney area. He's gonna get advantage on this. For sure gonna hit. Yeah, for sure hitting. And then damage. And he's gonna get the sneak attack damage on top of that. Oliver does 17 points of damage from this attack to this displacer beast. And that's all he can do, so now it's up to Aidwin.
That's a good question. What was I doing? What am I doing? I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
So it basically there's like 3. Basically like it's there's like 3 like holograms of myself appear.
Yeah.
And they like mimic my actions. So I mean that's more for when people are attacking me, but that's just
Okay.
we'll get to that when they're attacking. But I am gonna fucking punch these guys again. I'm going to punch the our angry cat friend.
Mm-hmm.
With my thunder gauntlets.
Hits.
23 hits. 9 damage. Boom. I'm gonna punch Bubba. 10.
Does not hit Bubba.
Figured.
Bubba's stomach, it just bounces right up, like the fist just bounces right off of Bubba's stomach.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action. Gonna power my armor up again with the defense shield.
Mm-hmm.
Get some more 5 more HP. Temporary. Heck, I think that's it. I don't think I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I think I'm a hunker. I'm a hunker down. I'm hunkering.
All right. That's the end of yours. Scruggs is gonna continue to help Joey. Aug, it is now your go.
All right.
That crocodile has that one that's on fire and very bloodied up, grappled by its tail.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna say any attacks on that one will have advantage on it.
Okay.
And you do have that fancy sword you got.
I know I'm thinking about using it, but I kind of also want to get rid of these things first before I use that to teleport to either Bubba, well, probably Bubba, I guess. Can't leave
Okay.
Rena over here to fend for herself.
Just
I'm
got
gonna
Mr.
go
Sleeves.
ahead and Mr. Sleeves. And Mr. Sleeves. I'm gonna go ahead and try to end this one with what do you call it? Well, actually, I don't want to hurt my own crocodile right now. Shoot.
If you give me, are you trying to do a spell right now?
I was trying to cast a spell, but it says any creature caught in it takes damage.
You can. I'll say you can give me an Arcana check to see if you could kind of like move it to where it will not hit the crocodile.
All right. So just give me a check before I cast it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna say with everything going on, and that cloaker is big enough, you can probably hit it without damaging the crocodile.
We'll just say that, like, yeah. Also, like, you know, what I'm casting essentially comes from above, and the crocodile's hanging below the thing, so you know, it definitely takes the brunt of it. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam at the level 3 levels, so it should cast what do you call it? It has a DC 15 Constitution save.
See, that thing's gonna fail.
Okay, and then it takes it does the damage right there, the 10 radiant damage of light.
Instead of 10, it's doing 20.
Ooh.
It's doing double the damage, and the one next to it, just from the pure light, will take 10 damage. This pure radiant light. The one that's on fire and just got hit with this moonbeam is on death's door.
Alright.
But it is not dead.
So close, so close. Well, that's it for my turn. I can't really do anything else. Hopefully my spores catch it whenever it does this next thing.
If that's it for you, then it is the crocodile's turn, and you want it to do another maul.
Yeah, it's gonna essentially, since it has the thing grappled, it's just gonna shake its head really hard and just try to rip this thing's tail off. So
well, it's got advantage, so
yeah. Let me cast the spell really quickly. Where's my?
Oh, you don't have to cast it again. It's now a actual thing, so
okay.
It's going to do 9 more damage to it, and it's on fire, and with all that's going on, this crocodile rips its tail off, and that's just enough to finally destroy it. So this thing falls flat dead on the ground.
Let's go, Casey. All right. Yeah, that's it for me and my Croc's turn.
All right. The Croc has... You actually see the look on the Croc's face, Casey. It looks very proud right now. It looks almost cocky. It looks like it wants some praise. Now it's the Displacer Beast, and it has just been stabbed right in the kidneys, and it's not happy about it. It's gonna look right over to Oliver and whip out another tentacle. Actually, you know what? 2 of them.
With disadvantage. Because he's not attacking me.
He's gonna hit once out of that. So, you know, what's this? Still 4. It's 4 attacks. Well, it's 4 rolls, but he hits once. Oliver only takes a grazing blow from this tentacle. He dodged it just enough away, and he takes 12 damage. So it's not stuck to him now. And that's the Displacer Beast. Mr. Sleeves go. Mr. Sleeves will move right here. And he's going to take in a big old toke of this cigar. And he's just going to blow out the shattering loud smoke ring. And he will do 14 damage to this bad boy. And that will, Mr. Sleeves, that's all he can do right now. And now its bells are on.
How badly hurt is Bubba?
Not at all. Bubba's doing just fine. He looks like he's the best out of everybody right now.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a grit point and take a violent shot at him.
Okay. Oh, for sure hits.
So that means I get an extra die for the damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's 9 and 9.
And we got 18. What does it look like when you do a violent shot?
Because when you make a firearm attack against a creature, you expend 1 point or more. For each grit point expended, the attack gains +2 for the firearm's misfire score. If the attack hits, you could roll 1 additional weapon damage die per grit point spent.
Mm-hmm. So what does it look like when you actually fire off this violent shot?
Yeah. I blast the cannon directly into this gut, and his rolls just ripple out.
His rolls.
Is it? I was gonna ask you, is it a revolver type gun or is it like a semi-automatic handgun?
Oh, it's for sure like a standard issue, like revolver from way back in the day. Like cops used to carry around. His rolls not only ripple, they rip apart. And you see his stomach start to descend, and it almost looks translucent now. And you see a bunch of those red crystals again inside of him. And it looked like they might be more than last time, because Bubba looks bigger than he did last time. And he actually, from that, Bubba looks worse for wear now. Bubba is severely hurt. He went from looking like the best to looking like the worst in the field right now. Is that, was that only one of your attacks or 2 of them? Because I'm pretty sure you could do a second one, right?
You tell me. It says I can use an attack, so I guess so.
Yeah, I think you have 2 attacks per turn as a fighter at this level. We'll just go with it.
Alright, then I'll take another shot at his eye.
Okay.
His other eye. It's at 11.
That does not hit Bubba. That just hits like one of his little devil horns and just like ricochets off.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
With that being said, this cloaker is blinded, and it's just going to wildly try to attack with its tail, like in a whipping motion, to just anyone around, to see if it can actually get anybody. Has disadvantage, so it hits nobody. This thing is just flailing around in the air, blinded.
And as it does that, it accidentally, whips its tail into some floating mushrooms and takes some more random damage. Very
It's
minimal, but 2 damage.
Now, you see some spores attached to this thing now, and you can start to guess that they're just starting to, like, root themselves into its actual body.
Starting to mess with its immune system. Shut it down from the inside out.
Yeah, starting to do necrotic damage and shutting it down like a disease almost. Joey does save time. And Joey's good. Joey's stabilized. It looks like the help from Scruggs was well worth it because Joey is somehow unconscious right now. And he's not actively dying. He's at 0 HP. But he's still alive.
But the bleeding has stopped, right?
Bleeding has stopped. He's just unconscious. That's it. Bubba, from being in the air this whole time, finally decides to jump on down and land right on Belgeron. And we're gonna roll this damage because it's for sure gonna be damage. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now pinned underneath Bubba. And Bubba takes 4 from that. So you're pinned right underneath Bubba. Sabrina, that is now you.
So I got one more target to kill, I guess. Right?
Here, so?
So I'm gonna go around in front of Mr. Sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to attempt to set the other one on fire.
Okay.
We're gonna use some Searing Smite.
Mm-hmm.
We roll a 6 on that. This is setting up to be a pretty big attack. Oh, I roll a 20.
Was
And
it a
then
nat
for
20 or a regular 20?
Regular 20. And then I got an 8 on damage, so it goes up to 11. So 11 plus 6, 17.
17 points of damage. This thing is now on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks bloody all to hell. And now it's also on fire.
Can I get a quick health, a general health check on Belgeron, Aedwin, and Oliver? Like how they're doing? I can't see on my screen for some reason.
From just like looking at them surface level.
Yeah.
Aedwin and Oliver look like the worst. They look like they've been, hit a good couple of times. You can't really tell with Belgeron because he's stuck underneath Bubba right now.
Okay.
But Belgeron is really tough. And he might be the toughest out of everybody here.
Okay, got it.
But Oliver and Aedwin look the roughest out of everybody.
And Bubba himself is looking a little bit rough, right? But this
Bubba's looking
you're
very rough.
playing.
Bubba is looking like he might go anytime.
Got it. But the random panther thing is looking pretty spry still.
No, the Panther and the Cloaker are both looking bad as well, but not as bad as Bubba.
Okay, got it.
They are both the Cloaker and this Displacer Beast look bloodied,
Mhm.
but Bubba looks like he's about to die.
Got it. Got it.
With that, it is now Oliver's turn. Oliver will cast Sleep on this Displacer Beast. And the Displacer Beast is now fallen asleep. Let's find you some good old Z's.
Oh.
And that's Oliver's going to use Space Step, and he's going to teleport right over here. And doing that, since he's winter 5 feet, the Displacer Beast is now scared of Oliver, even though it's asleep, so it's having nightmares of Oliver at this second.
Wow.
Adwin, it's now your go.
Oh. Well, seeing that whatchamacallit? So Bubba's on top of Beldron.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna take this opportunity to walk over to him. I'm gonna start punching. And, you know,
Okay.
I'm gonna. It's not the most
You hit.
original thing I've been doing, but hey,
Explain to me what happens.
I kind of roll up and just do a kind of like old school kind of like boxing, like just kind of like a barrage of punches. I'm just like I'm boxing his belly. I'm just like
Since you're boxing his belly, and you've already just said that, so no take backsies. Give me a Constitution saving throw right now.
a crit save.
When you punch his stomach, it explodes open again. And miraculously, all these crystals whiz by you and into the mist. And Bubba 2 is now dead again.
Ooh, cool. I'm gonna go back over to the sleeping Displacer Beast.
You have advantage on attacks against it.
And I'm gonna pummel him too. How do I roll with advantage in DB?
Just roll twice.
I know. I was just hoping there was like a cooler way to do that. All right. 8, 4. Oh, they're both kind of.
You're both gonna hit.
Okay.
So roll damage.
9 damage. I punch a sleeping animal.
Peter's not gonna like this. You punch a sleeping, defenseless animal when it's at its most vulnerable. And you see it whimper when you do that. Like it's crying.
Maybe we could have a new pet.
This isn't Pokemon.
It was already having a nightmare, and you just punched it while it was having a nightmare.
Oh wow, that's like less cool after I do it.
Whoopsies. Scruggs is gonna just say bye, Joey, just to keep him, secure. All I get is now you.
I guess seeing that everything seems like it's going generally pretty well, and the thing I'm gonna just go ahead and move my moonbeam. So it's a concentration spell, so I can just move it essentially. So I'm gonna move it over to this guy right here and cast whatever damage is. Let me see. Well, actually, first he needs to take a Constitution saving throw, 15.
Oh, it's gonna fail it anyways because it has disadvantage and it's already weak to this. So,
got it.
Let's go ahead and roll that damage.
All right, and it's 22 radiant.
It's doubled up, so this thing you see it disintegrate,
Gotcha.
and you do that. That's 120 feet with that moonbeam.
The 120 feet is how far I could cast it away. It's only a 5-foot cylinder, though.
Yeah, so with that, this Displacer Beast takes some of that damage. Because it disintegrates through this cloaker and it hits the Displacer Beast at the tail end of it. Gone.
The crocodile will... I guess it will kind of try to just make its way swim over to the Displacer Beast, but I don't think it can move that far.
How much movement does it have?
It has 30 feet of movement. So.
Alright. Yes, I'll move it.
I can't quite reach.
I'll just go ahead and start moving it over there to try to help out.
Yeah.
I assume that's going to be it for you.
That is it, yes.
Displacer Beast time. It's still unconscious. It can't do anything. So, Mr. Sleeves is going to make his way close enough to where he can cast Healing Word on poor little Joey. And Joey's back up to 6 hit points. And he's on his feet. And you see his back start to heal up more, but that tattoo is now gone. Spent all night getting this tattoo for it to appear 3D, and now he's got a clean back for however ugly he is already.
Such a good tattoo.
Belzron, it is now your go.
So is Joey still a good boy?
Yeah, Joey's still good. He just again, he just had his brother die for a second time, and this time he had him come out of his own back in a very painful way. And he's still depressed.
Can't help him with that one. So I'm gonna take a shot at the sugar bladder. What is it called again?
Oh, the Displacer Beast, because that's the only one left, the panther-looking thing. Do it up.
25. 20.
Both hit?
Oh, the second one was 20. Was the damage.
That's the damage?
Yeah.
Oh no. This thing is on death's door.
And then a 20. And a 10 damage.
Tell me where you shoot it to kill it.
In the chest.
This thing, having a nightmare, has just been punched, been blasted by a moonbeam, and then been shot in the chest while it's sleeping and defenseless and vulnerable. And it is now dead. And everyone, that's it for combat.
Ayo.
You're all out of combat. Everything looks weird as hell still. And you probably all want to like group up again. And
Yeah, I'm gonna look around. And there's a crazy way to wake up, but I see that Joey is not looking too hot, so I'm gonna move over there and heal him, I guess.
okay.
I'll just go ahead and cast a very
You can just like make your way over there.
I was gonna say, just gonna move my guy and then heal this guy up. Feeling really bad for him, having lost his brother twice in 24 hours.
You see his back is not fully healing up like it's supposed to. In fact, you see it is like getting worse when you try to heal it. Just like the appearance of it. He himself looks like he's better except for that back. That back looks like it's worse.
Dang. I'm gonna, well, I did my best, I guess. And, just out of curiosity, I'm also kind of glancing around, looking for anything to help heal him. And then the thought occurs to me, that it looks like a lot of those red crystals kind of went flying outside of Bubba. Like, are they still just kind of laying around?
Yeah, they're just laying around. And in fact, that hole, it's not going to show up here, but that hole is now reappeared. It looks like an actual hole.
Just a regular old plain sinkhole.
And your crocodile, I'm going to say your crocodile is like a magical beast. So, give me an Arcana check real quick.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, wow.
Give me a nature check. We're going to say it's fine for this crocodile to be in this red stuff because he's magical.
Alright. Thankfully he's doing alright.
So you can send him down in this hole to investigate if you want.
I mean, Casey has an hour to be of servitude, so I will go ahead and order him down to explore what he can find down there.
It looks like a little baby crocodile gets flushed down a toilet, and he's down in the hole.
All right. Does he report back in a little bit, or are you going to see through his eyes?
I'm gonna just let you talk to him.
Got it.
While that's going on, does anyone else want to like look around, see what's going on?
I'll look around a bit.
Mr. Sleeves is having a smoke break with Joey. He gives Joey a special cigar.
With healing properties?
Sure does. It's a white-looking cigar with 4-leaf clovers on it.
That's going to do a lot of good.
Matter of fact, he's just going to take Joey over here to this little walkway and just smoke with him. Just keep on sharing it between each other. I think Scruggs is going to just look around. He's just going to start walking around. Matter of fact, Scruggs is going to go up here. Oliver comes up to everybody and says, Where is the village elder Bogart? We probably should find her.
Yeah. Does the rest of the village look super different, or is it just like? I mean, is that hole? The hole's not there anymore, right?
The hole is there again. It has now reappeared now.
Heck.
There's no sign of an eye. Just a hole, and that's what the crocodile went down in. The people that you saw in their little huts and hammocks are there, but they're knocked out, and they still have that, like, red rash. And I will say, wherever Og shot that moonbeam has made it clearer in the area. So whatever area he shot that moonbeam through looks clearer of that red mist.
Well, obviously we know light appears to be really affecting whatever the red dust and everything is made up of. I'm gonna ask my crocodile, assuming he's done a little bit of exploring, what he's seeing down there.
He reports back and he's like, there's like this big red crystal egg that's been broken out of.
Are you sure? Okay. How far deep down there? Are there any other red crystals down there, or just the egg?
So it looks like the best way to describe this is that the red crystals you saw before were like a nest for this red, and I mean this thing is giant.
Mm-hmm.
So they were almost acting like a nest, and that's what he's looking at right now.
Got it. And just to be sure, the sinkhole that this thing is around is surrounded still by like kind of some red remnant, and will affect. It looks like it was gonna affect me if I decide to go near it. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
You also see, eventually, after a couple minutes, from the like passageway to the like shortcut, you see Bogart coming through there and from there. She looks awful. She looks like she has been in a knockdown, drag out fight. And she collapses at the front. And Scruggs sees this and he gets everyone's attention over there.
I run over to Scruggs.
Mm-hmm.
In what regard?
Yeah, she is collapsed like face down in like the swamp muck area.
Heck, is she conscious?
She's conscious, but she's like barely holding on right now. And Mr. Sleeve sees that. When he does, he immediately like books it for where Bogart is and where Scruggs is. And he heals up Bogart with like he actually pulls out this candy, and Sabrina would recognize it as a Werther's that her grandmother usually gives out, and it helps heal up Bogart some. And she's sitting there coughing up, and she says to I'm gonna say, is everyone like at their general spots, or is everyone gathered around her right now?
Gathered around.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, I would have gathered around as well.
That crocodile is we're just gonna say the crocodile reports all he sees.
Mm-hmm.
And he, of course, he sees like the tunnels heading north, south, east, and west. But that's all he really sees besides those massive amounts of crystals.
He's unaffected by the crystals, right?
Yeah.
Because he's a magical creature.
Yeah, but there's just no way he can get back up. and time will pass long enough to where he'll just like disappear
after an hour.
Yeah. So he reports everything to you, and you see Bogart cough up, and she says they've done something evil. They summoned something underneath our village. And they've caused this great plague on us. They are in the little haven in the grotto for the Hierophant right now.
I ask who is they? Who are you talking about?
It's the Misery Sisters.
Well,
It's,
I mean, it seems like we know what we have to do.
she looks at not Bubba. She looks at Joey, and she says, "You cannot go on like this. We have to keep you here, and find a way to fix you." And she's going to like. She says, "Just let me get some rest." They are going towards the grotto. They're not fully there yet. I've stalled them long enough, as long as I could. And the village guards are up there right now, fighting them and pushing them back as best as they can. If I had to give a rough estimate, it would be like 4 hours before they can get to the grotto. And that's just enough for a short rest for you guys.
Cool. Damn.
What a way to wake up.
And actually, what you'll see is Mr. Sleeves is going to volunteer himself to stay behind to help out Bogart and Joey try to save this village as best as they can of all the inhabitants that are currently sick.
Gotcha. So I guess we should just rest up before we start making our way over to the grotto.
Mm-hmm.
And it will only be a short rest.
What is the difference again between a short and a long?
Short is 4 hours and long is 8.
Got it.
Yeah. And we can only gain back hit points with hit die.
Mm-hmm.
Do we gain back our spell slots, or I can't remember on that one?
No.
Nope.
Unless you're non-specific classes do. But from what I understand, it's
It's only for things that
us,
have
small
short
ones.
rest resets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I gain back some abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So the party that's going to go forward, and the party that's going forward is Og, Sabrina, Belgeron, Adwin, and Oliver. Scruggs will stay behind, so will Mr. Sleeves and Joey. And you actually all notice something. It's been like very busy, and you are wondering where Galandris has been. So he hasn't been here since around the wrestling match at the start of it, and no one has seemed to notice that he's disappeared on you all. So you gotta figure that one out.
Mm-hmm.
But you know where you gotta go. You know something awaits you especially with those pirates, and you know the Hierophant, no matter what, has to be saved, and it cannot be sacrificed or messed with in any type of way. And this is currently the only Hierophant in the Feywild.
Mm.
And that's where we're gonna end today.